to our Senate President, Senator Akpabio. We are giving him ultimatum of 2 days, that is 48 hours, to reverse the suspension of Senator Natasha and stop the harassment from northern senators. Or else, we'll occupy the street. It's our duty. The last protest, you will see what we did. It's in our vein for us to occupy the street. We'll occupy the whole street of northern Nigeria. We'll also occupy the National Assembly. We'll occupy the Senate. And demand for the resignation of Senator Akpabio. Furthermore, we will block Lokoja Lagos roads in a way that there will be no supply of food from the north to the south. And there will be no supply of other goods from south to the north. Please, our great president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we are calling his attention for him to interfere and for him to stop people like Akpabio from all this busybody by spoiling his administration. And said enough is enough. If you could remember, I think before the Senator Natasha and Akpabio Sega, it was Abdul Ningi versus Akpabio. Then later on, Senator Ali Ndumi versus Akpabio. Now, it is Senator Natasha versus Akpabio. The question I want to ask here, why is it that it's always northern senators? People who has voted in that position. Then in addition to what my friend said here, that why is it that we, the northern youth, said Akpabio is anti-north? My friend, please, you should make your research and give us a single development from the northern Nigerian ever since Akpabio resumed as Senate President. The northern Nigerian has no single support from Akpabio. And we are calling for Mr. President, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a father from the north, because he's our father from the north. We, the northern Nigerian, voted him. And we support him, and we will keep on supporting him as our president. It's our constitutional right to defend our president. So we are calling the attention of Mr. President for him to please call the attention of Senator Akpabio, the Senate President. Let me tell you what you don't know. Akpabio stopped the project of NLNG gas pipeline project that will link from Kogi State to Kaduna to Kanu, in fact, to other African countries, Morocco.
That ordinarily she needs to be informed if a seat is changed, not at the floor where she's making her positions. It is from that incident that led to the case of suspension today. But before then, this honorable senator has said, distinguished colleagues, she has a petition. If there was a case of suspension that has to do with misconduct, that ordinarily has to be treated before even submitting a petition. She submitted a petition, and there was a case of she cannot sign her petition. It is in the case of this front and back that a staggering kind of suspension came. And we are all aware in this country that this is not the first case of sexual harassment made by the Senate President. The Senate President ordinarily should not be in the seat of Senate President. Why? We are all aware that this Senate President has questionable character before even the AFCC. We are all surprised to see him as Senate President. And this is not the first time we are having a case of sexual harassment. So if we are peddling the case of sexual harassment with gross misconduct of Senator Natasha, I think we also need to understand that something led to something before.
If you have been following me, the same analysis this guy made is the same analysis I have been making for the longest. Akpabio is not supposed to even sit there as Senate President because he has so many cases in the EFCC. But he's sitting there as president, right? Now, Akpabio did what he did And he's still sitting in the Senate and being the one to receive the petition. And he's the same person that is organizing and deciding who is going to be in the committee that is supposed to probe the matter. Make it make sense, my people. Does this even make sense to anybody that Akpabio will be a judge in his own case? And people are saying, oh, leave Akpabio. Akpabio is your brother. Akpabio is my brother. Akpabio can never be my brother. The fact that I'm from South, Akpabio is even a disgrace to me. So, okay, Natasha is what? Is she not a Nigerian? Me, let me tell you something. I don't know tribe. I don't know religion. If you are wrong, you are wrong. If you are right, you are right. The case where people will get up and tell me, hey, support Akpabio because he's from South. Akpabio is your brother. In fact, Akpabio was under Cross River. We gave birth to them. They are now in Akwa Ibom. That does not mean that when Akpabio is wrong, I'll come and do video and be supporting nonsense. For those of you who come under my comment section to be saying trash about Senator Natasha, you do not know Senator Natasha. And those of you who are saying, eh, let her bring evidence. She's a lawyer. We lawyers don't bring evidence. Lawyers do not bring evidence in social media. They take evidence to court. And if you want to see evidence, go to court. When you get to court, you will see the evidence. So all this when you are doing every morning, you come up with one story. Oh, Senator Natasha this, Senator Natasha that. She's not supposed to do that. She's not supposed to do this. It's your business. It is because you don't know what sexual harassment means. This man had, in fact, she did not even report to anybody. She kept quiet, but she saw that Akpabio was giving her cold treatment because she did not agree. And some of you say Akpabio's, Natasha's husband made Akpabio. Yes. Haven't you seen that there are some friends that they'll see you ask a girl out and they're like, oh boy. They will now start feeling that they are the one who is supposed to have the person. Haven't you seen it? There are a lot of people like that. So do not be afraid. Do not doubt when this woman says, does she not know the difference between sexual harassment and whatever it is? Does she not know the meaning? That people want to now teach her English. Some people even dragged Akpabio. Like they made it look like Akpabio is the one who is being victimized here. Not knowing that it's Natasha. Natasha is the one that they victimized. And she was keeping quiet. She's been keeping quiet. They are Jokuta still thing. You can see how many people this man who is speaking, the northern Nigerian people, are mentioning the number of cases Akpabio had. Akpabio is not a good leader. Because if you're a good leader, you will not treat this case like this. You will step aside. Akpabio, when Saraki was the Senate president, you were in the Senate. You know what you did. So everybody, you see, one thing about life is when you don't respect, when they say respect is reciprocal, it might not be the people you respected that will respect you, but when you respect authorities, people will respect you when you are in that position. So it's not about saying whether you have daughters or not. The truth is that they've given you 48 hours. The northern Nigerian people give Akpabio 48 hours to call off that suspension on Natasha. And let's see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching.